Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Once again, it's been 2 weeks since my last video. I apologize. Once again, life gets crazy, I get busy, and all that jazz. I'm really not going to get into it, but okay. So in my last video, for those of you who watched it, I had said that I wanted to improve on doing book reviews. So I kind of have a dual book review. So instead of doing a book discussion and going into more detail about what the books are about like I've done in the past, what I'm basically going to do is I'm just going to read the synopsis for the book, and then I'm just going to give you my main thoughts and opinions about it, and maybe give you a couple of non-spoiler things that I liked about the book. But other than that, we're just going to keep it short and simple, and then I'm also going to be showing you what I am currently reading. Okay, to get started, the first book I read this month was, the book I read for the month of November was Stars Never Rise by Rachel Vincent, and the synopsis on the back says, 16-year-old Nina Kane should be worried about her immortal soul, but she's too busy trying to survive. Her town's population has been decimated by soul-consuming demons, and souls are in short supply. Watching over her younger sister Melly and scraping together food and money are all that matters. But when Nina discovers that Melly is keeping a secret that threatens their very existence, she'll do anything to protect her. Because in New Temperance, sins are prosecuted as crimes by the brutal church and its army of black-robed exorcists. To keep them both alive, Nina will need to trust Finn, a fugitive with deep green eyes who has already saved her life once and who might just be an exorcist. But what kind of exorcist wears a hoodie? Wanted by the church and hunted by dark forces, Nina knows she can't survive on her own. She needs Finn and his group of rogue friends just as much as they need her. Okay, so this book was absolutely amazing. It was really interesting. It was different from what I normally read. It's kind of post-apocalyptic, kind of dystopian, I guess. And I'm not really into dystopian books. I have not read the Divergent trilogy. I have not read the Hunger Games trilogy. So going into this, it was kind of dystopian, but I would say it's not along the same lines as Divergent or the Hunger Games. I have seen the movies though, but I wasn't really interested in reading the books. But yeah, I like this. It was different. It had a lot of action. It had some romance. It had a little bit of mystery to it. And there were parts of it that kept you guessing as to what was going to happen next, and you know, who was being honest and who was lying, and it was very good. I loved the plot twists. There were some plot twists in here that had me doing double takes and saying to myself, wait, what's going on? What do you mean? It was quite good. I loved the characters. I think Nina and Finn were my absolute favorite characters. There is an aspect of Finn that I did like in this book, but I can't really say what it is without spoiling some of the book and giving it away. But if you read this, I'm sure once you get to that certain part where something very interesting is revealed about Finn, you will learn what I'm talking about. But yes, it was good. It had a good storyline. I liked the characters, and it was just overall a really good read for me. Okay. And the other book I read this month, it was actually a digital borrow from my library, so I don't have it on my Kindle anymore at the time. But the other one that I read was Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi. Okay, and the synopsis is, you can't touch me, I whisper. I'm lying is what I don't tell him. He can't touch me is what I'll never tell him. But things happen when people touch me. Strange things, bad things. No one knows why Juliet's touch is fatal, but the re-establishment has plans for her. Plans to use her as a weapon, but Juliet has plans of her own. After a lifetime without freedom, she's finally discovering a strength to fight back for the very first time and to find future with one boy she thought she lost forever. Okay, now for this book, it was okay. I think I gave it 4 stars, which for me was more or less 3.5 on Goodreads. I've been wanting to read this book for a long time, and it was just one of those things where it hadn't lived up to the hype or my anticipation for it. I don't know, maybe I anticipated too much going into this book. but I did like the book for the most part. It's just one of those things where the way it ended, I don't know if I'm going to continue reading the other two in the series, and I guess there's like 2 novellas that happen in between the books or something. I'm not really sure. But I mean, I like the characters, the storyline. It was different, it was interesting, but I honestly just don't know if I'm going to want to continue it. But I did like the whole aspect of her having a killer touch, so to speak. I did kind of get to the point at some parts of the book where it was not really keeping my interest, and I was thinking about stopping reading it, but I did finish it. But overall, it wasn't a terrible book. Okay, now for what I'm currently reading, and if any of you watched my new to booktube tag, this was one of the ones that was in my TBR pile. City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. I'm finally reading this behemoth of a book because it is over 700 pages. And yeah, the last book that I read that was over 700 pages was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And it's kind of intimidating, but I decided, why not? Let's give it a whirl and try and get through it. So one, if you watched my review for Touch the Crest of Fate by Lisa S. Amora, you will know that I absolutely loved that book. And I am now currently reading the second one, which is Unfaithful, The Deception of Night. And it's pretty good so far. Thus far in the book, we are actually getting some more background about Evan, I think it is. Okay, so yeah, we're getting more background on Evan, and we're kind of learning about how he came to be who he is and what he is, and it's actually quite interesting, so I'm really liking it so far. I don't know, I guess that was pretty much it. You know, let me know what you're currently reading, if you have any like holiday type books. I normally don't read Christmas books. I don't know, they haven't really ever appealed to me, so I pretty much just read whatever I'm in the mood for. But yeah, let me know what you're currently reading down below. Leave your comments, give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe if you like, and I will see you all next time.